This month we have a new moon solar eclipse in Aries, sign of the Ram. We also have Mercury, the messenger, the planet that rules the mental realm, turning to retrograde motion at the beginning of the month. All of this, an empowered moment and more in my new intuitive energy forecast for the month of April 2024. Stay tuned, everyone. Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Star Seed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from Sacred Soul Empowerment, and we're going to be talking about the month of April this month. Woo, I am excited because we're now into spring and the energy is fiery and passionate. So for this month's monthly reading, we're going to be using the Sirian Star Seed Tarot by Patricia Corey and Alyssa Bartha, and that's going to be for the main message for everyone. Your special message card this month, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from the Gateway of Light Activation deck by Kyle Gray. So before we get into looking at your stones of choice for that special message card or talking about the astrology for the month, let's go ahead and settle in and do an empowered moment. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Relax your body. Clear your mind of all thoughts. Just focus in on the present moment, the here and now. Letting all muscles in your body just kind of let go and relax. Visualizing golden white light all around you, the golden white light of God's source energy, universe, great spirit, all that is. Taking in a deep breath and breathing in that golden white light of unconditional love, guidance, compassion, protection, and healing. Breathing it into every cell of your body. And as you exhale, letting go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. Taking in another deep breath, and this time as you exhale, imagine or visualize a cord coming out of your root chakra, going through the layers of Earth, Mother Gaia, all the way deep into the center of the Earth, where that cord connects to Earth, Mother Gaia's crystalline heart chakra in the center of the Earth. This is going to provide you with a sense of grounding that we're going to need in this month of April because of the new moon solar eclipse that we're going to experience. Imagine now that you're breathing in Earth Mother Gaia's nurturing, grounding, and healing elixir of light from her heart chakra, breathing it up and in through your grounding cord. Big deep breath, breathing it all the way up, and then as you exhale, you're dispersing it with your breath throughout all of your chakras and energy bodies. This month, as we mentioned, we have a new moon solar eclipse. New moons are about new beginnings. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, about planting new seeds, initiating a new direction. And the fact that this is an eclipse magnifies and intensifies this energy. So imagine, what new beginnings would you like to create in your life? What new seeds are you planting? These seeds can be new situations or circumstances, new project or ideas that you put into motion, or it can be new aspects within yourself, a new way of feeling, a new way of experiencing, new aspects to your personality, new downloads of information that you're receiving from your higher soul self and the higher realms of the universe. Activating cellular memory, activating gifts, talents, and abilities from this and previous lifetimes. Breathing in this intention of new beginnings and activation. Breathing it into every cell of your body. Your higher soul self knows what those new beginnings and new directions, what those new energies are all about. As you exhale, Hold the intention that you're releasing all lower vibrational emotions, feelings, thought forms, perceptions, belief systems, negative karmic patterns, subconscious belief systems about yourself and your life that you no longer need to hold on to. And with the next inhale and exhale, slowly open your eyes and return to this time and place and space. And let's get ready to look at our stones of choice for this month of April. So these are all special intention pendants, Reiki infused with different intentions and archangels and ascended masters and energies. You can find them on my website along with a lot more. This one is a beautiful selenite pendant. It's almost like a mini wand as a pendant, right? Oh, look at that. I mean, it's so beautiful and perfect and shiny and opalescent. I just love selenite. It's wrapped in silver wire and it's Reiki charged with the vibration of master number 11, number of the light worker, the number of psychic insights and perceptions. It's also the number of balanced leadership. This one also has infused into it the planet Uranus, ruler of change, redirection, and the higher God mind energies. It has infused the fire element of passion and creativity, as well as fast-moving energies. And this one has infused into it Major Arcana, the Star card from the Tarot, the essence of making plans for the future and manifesting your dreams. It has Archangel Michael's energy infused into it, the archangel that helps us cut the cords to the past and move forward on your highest and most important destiny path. Also Archangel Raziel's energy, the archangel of psychic abilities, divine magic, and alchemy, and all of those of the angelic realm. All right, pendant number 2 is this beautiful sunrise, sunset, Sonora chrysocolla. It's actually Sonora chrysocolla or sunrise, sunset chrysocolla. This one's wrapped in silver wire. It's infused with the qualities of the number 8. And this is the number of empowerment, willpower, and the courage to move through the challenges of life. The qualities of the sign of Sagittarius, sign of hope, freedom, and the ability to change one's routine and to move towards accomplishing one's goals in life. The energies of the planet Pluto, to encourage one to explore the highest hidden knowledge of the inner self and manifest transformation on one's life path. This one has the activation of the root chakra in it for security, the sacral chakra for passion, the throat chakra for speaking one's truth. This stone offers a strong connection between the inner and outer self along with the energies of the cosmos and promotes the spiritual power to awaken the hidden talents of the self. And then our last pendant of choice is this beautiful purple charoite. It's wrapped in silver. It's a very spiritual stone. Wrapped in silver and Reiki charged with the vibration of master number 11, number of the light worker and the visionary. Also master number 33, number of Christ consciousness and selfless service to humanity. The qualities of the sign of Scorpio for transformation and deep emotional healing. The balance of the heart with the crown chakra to open one to higher unconditional love of the universe to share with all of humanity. This one has Archangel Raziel's energy infused into it, the archangel of, again, alchemy, divine magic, and psychic abilities. Archangel Michael, the archangel of courage and the leader of the light workers. And it also has Ascended Master Saint Germain's energy infused into it, the Ascended Master of healing with the violet light flame of energy. So again, your pendants of choice are the beautiful selenite, little mini wand there, the sunrise sunset chrysocolla, which would look like that. And then we've got the charoite, which again would look like that. Well, you can't really see it, but there you go. All right, so let's talk about the important astrology connections this month. Now, if you want a week-by-week view, please watch my weekly videos on my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma, because that's going to have all of the astrology week by week. This one, I'm kind of picking out what's most important and prominent for the month of April. And right on April 1st, we start with Mercury Retrograde. So Mercury is the planet that rules the mental realm, our thoughts, ideas, perceptions, communications. And Mercury is going to turn retrograde at 27 degrees of Aries. So not quite all the way through Aries. It turns retrograde. It's going to retrograde all the way back to 16 degrees of Aries before it turns direct later this month. But it is retrograde for most of the month. So what is Mercury retrograde? This is a time to kind of slow down, contemplate, figure things out, weigh the pros and cons, make lists, of what's the best direction to take and what's the benefits and the detriments of each. Do some research. It's not the best time to make a final decision if you can help it. It's not a good time to sign contracts or documents if you can help it. It's not a good time to launch anything new. Now, if you already have been working on something or you're just updating something, you want to relaunch something, it's okay to do that. But for anything that's absolutely brand new, it's a new beginning, you might want to wait until Mercury retrograde is over. Now, Mercury, also its regular energies, I guess. When it's retrograde, you could have technology issues like with your phone and your computers. You could have miscommunication with other people, different things like travel or meetings. Those can be kind of flubbed up, so to speak, and we might miss connections when we're traveling, or we might forget what the right meeting time is and kind of come in late or come in too early. So it's just a good idea to kind of reiterate when you're making plans. Reiterate timing and reiterate when you're communicating what it is that you're saying or expressing, or even reiterate back to the person what you hear them saying, because again, you don't want to misinterpret what they're saying either. Now, the next thing of importance is on the 4th of April, and Venus, the planet of love and relationships, as well as personal resources like money and finances, but also our gifts and talents are our resources, and time is a resource. Venus is going to be moving into Aries. So now the sun is in Aries, Mercury is in Aries, and by the 4th of April, Venus is in Aries as well. And she's going to be in Aries until April 29th. And so right towards the end of this month, she's going to make another sign change. Now, Venus is all about love and relationships, right? But in Aries, she's more confident and courageous and independent and take charge, and she knows what she wants, and she's an initiator, and she takes action. So she's going to be paying attention to what her goals are, what her needs are, what she wants, especially in relationships. With money and finances, there's an initiation, a planting of new seeds here, and kind of the putting of love into those new seeds, because Venus rules that heart and the heart chakra. So if you're trying to initiate new plans or ideas or directions, go ahead and open that heart chakra and initiate them. But remember, Mercury is retrograde this month. So you can plant new seeds or initiate. Again, it would be best to not start anything brand new. But if you want to plant certain seeds to see what happens, you're just going to have to be patient while Mercury is retrograde for most of this month before you maybe see some sort of growth or something manifesting from that. All right, and then on the 8th of April, this is when we have that new Moon Solar Eclipse at 19 degrees of Aries, meaning both the sun and the moon are at 19 degrees of Aries. First sign of the zodiac, sign of new beginnings, sign of initiation and planting new seeds, sign of new directions, new goals, independence, confidence, courage, take charge, and leadership ability. Again, remember, Mercury is retrograde. So the eclipses, though, magnify the energies of new beginnings. And with the idea of new beginnings, it might not be so much the seeds that we're planting, although, again, go ahead and plant your seeds. But this might be the universe kind of conspiring on your behalf behind the scenes and initiating some new energies. And in fact, the days leading up to the solar eclipse can heavily be about releasing, endings, completion, letting go. And then again, this new moon solar eclipse is going to initiate some sort of new activation energies. Remember, this comes 2 weeks after the full moon lunar eclipse that was in Libra. I think that was around March 25th, 26th, right? And so, again, these eclipses are about days and weeks unfolding after the lunation itself before we see what's going to divinely unfold in our lives. So it might not be something all of a sudden, although it might be something all of a sudden as well around the eclipse. But this could be something that's a building up of energies and kind of a wait and see sort of thing. And, eventually we're going to see where the shifts are going to take place, what the universe is guiding us toward, how the realignment of the cosmic energies or the astrological energies is going to support us in moving in new directions. And some of those new directions you might have planned out. Some of those new directions, and quite possibly those new directions, are surprises to us. So we just have to, just really trust the universe and the flow of where it is that we're heading. This new moon solar eclipse actually connects with Chiron, the wounded healer, and Mercury retrograde. So again, I would say that since Mercury is retrograde until the 25th of this month, whatever new beginnings are being set into motion by the universe, we might not kind of have that forward movement on them or even know what they are all about until much, much later in the month. And then the fact that it connects with Chiron, the wounded healer, this is going to bring about a great healing in regards to our sense of self, because Chiron is also in the sign of Aries. And again, Aries rules the self. So when it comes to self-confidence, self-value, self-worth, independence, self-identity, knowing who you are, taking charge of your life, this new moon solar eclipse is going to activate that. Chiron sometimes, though, brings up wounds and traumas from the past and past lives. And so it might be activating this positive, confident, self-assured energy, but through some sort of past life challenge where we felt a lack within ourselves in some way, shape, or form. And then this isn't necessarily some huge cosmic event, but I felt like it was important to bring it up. On the 15th of April, we have Mercury retrograde connecting with Chiron. So again, we have Chiron featured. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because of Mercury's retrograde motion. Mercury is connecting with Chiron 3 times. Now, it already did so on March 20th. And now the second time, because Mercury is retrograde, is April 15th. The last time Mercury connects with Chiron is going to be May 6th. And so again, Mercury is all about what is our perceptions and our thoughts about ourselves, about our new direction, about new possibilities. And Chiron, again, is bringing up these wounds of I can't, or it's too late, or I'm not good enough, or whatever that might be. So because Mercury is connecting with Chiron 3 times, I thought it was important to mention. This is the second time. There's great healing that's taking place in regards to how you see or perceive yourself, as well as your sense of, again, confidence, courage, and self-assuredness, independence, etc. And then we have on the 19th of April, the sun moving into Taurus for the next month. So now the sun is leaving Aries and moving into that sign of resources, which includes money and finances, but also includes our sense of self-value and self-worth. So from the 19th of April until around the 19th or 20th of May, the sun will be in Taurus. Then the big thing, well, next to the solar eclipse, the next big thing happening this month is on April 20th. And a lot of astrologers have been talking about this for a while. It's Jupiter connecting with Uranus at 21 degrees of Taurus. So let's just try to give a very simplistic view. I'll probably go into more detail on the weekly reading when that comes up. But Jupiter is about expansion and abundance, prosperity, and blessings. Uranus is about freedom, liberation, change, and future-oriented energies or higher dimensional energies. So in a nutshell, I guess we should say what Taurus is. Taurus can be, again, about personal resources like money and finances, or whatever those personal resources for you are, like your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your time, your efforts. Taurus is an earth sign, so it's all about focused effort. Now, Jupiter is going to expand the Uranus energy. So again, Jupiter is expanding us into some sort of blessings regarding higher vibrational cosmic energy, Uranus, when it comes to personal resources. So let's just keep it general like that. So this can really be an expansion into our gifts, an expansion in a sense with some sort of money, an expansion into our focused efforts on a higher kind of spiritual plane or connection with the God mind, connection with our Akashic records. I mean, all of these things that are ruled by Uranus. Uranus is a pretty awesome planet that rules, that universal God mind sort of energy. So I think that's going to be something that, is going to be seen as far as what's coming from that as we move on past the 20th. Because, of course, with Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus, the Sun just went into Taurus the day before. Later in the month, Venus will go into Taurus, and eventually Mars will as well, but not this month. So there's things that are really kind of expanding and happening. Jupiter is also about our belief system. So we're going to expand our beliefs on a much higher dimensional level with that Uranus energy. On the 25th, of April, this is when Mercury turns back to direct motion at 16 degrees of Aries. I forgot to say that on the 23rd, which is important, we have a full moon at 4 degrees of Taurus. Now, it's not an eclipse because we've already had the eclipses by now, but full moons are about endings, completion, letting go, and Scorpio is a huge sign that rules death and rebirth and transformation and deep, deep healing and clearing of lower energies. So I feel like by the time we have that eclipse and all these other astrological happenings, and we have the full moon in Scorpio, and then 2 days later, Mercury turns back to direct motion on the 25th, there's a lot that's transpiring here that's going to lead us eventually, again, on a new path or in a new direction or into a new sense of self. It doesn't always have to be situational with the eclipses. It can be internal as well. Definitely can be both. So it kind of depends, where does that eclipse or the previous eclipse that we had last month, where do they fall in your chart, right? And are they activating any planets in your chart? So if you need to contact an astrologer, I'm here for you to kind of do a reading for you and tell you where those eclipses landed and how it might unfold in your life. Then on the 29th, that is when Venus, the planet of love and finances, moves into Taurus. And Taurus is a money sign. She's going to be in Taurus until May 23rd. And then on the 30th of April, we've got Mars, the warrior, planet of energy, action, and forward movement, moving into his home sign of Aries, sign of new beginnings, the first sign of the zodiac. Mars is going to move forward fast at this point because by then, Mercury will have turned back to direct motion. The eclipses will be over. And so as we get to the 30th of April and move into May and Mars moves into Aries, there's going to be kind of this heightened energy of activation and faster paced moving energies that are really going to put energy towards these new beginnings and planting of new seeds and moving forward with confidence and courage and being more independent and moving into leadership positions and all kinds of fun and wonderful things. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cards. Oh, I forgot to talk about the numerology. Let's do that very quickly. So the numerology for the month of April. April's the 4th month. We add it to the universal year of 2024, which adds up to an 8. That gives us the number 12, right? Yes. So we're in a universal month of 12, which if we reduce the 1 and the 2, the 12, down to a single digit, it's a 3. Now, 3 is about expansion. The 3 can be about prosperity, abundance, and blessings. But the shadow side of the 3, it can be about drama. It can be about faulty belief systems, kind of thinking glass half empty, or having negative belief systems or perceptions about yourself, where we need to kind of shift those into glass half full and more prosperous belief systems and perceptions. The number 3 is usually, though, about growth, this growth and expansion energy. And it's actually a really nice and wonderful energy. It's about all forms of communication. So it's interesting that Mercury is retrograde. So speaking, teaching, writing, blogging, whatever it is, anything that's connected to communication or creative self-expression, so your creative talents and abilities, that's also highlighted with the number 3. Now, the number 12 in numerology, it's not a karmic number or a master number, but the 12th major arcana in the tarot is actually, this is not it. I was like, this is not it. This is 14. I don't know why I pulled that out. So let's just talk about what is the number 12. It's the Hanged Man, okay? I guess I don't have the card to show you from that deck. But anyway, the 12th major arcana. See what Mercury retrograde is doing? So the 12th major arcana is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man usually shows a man that's hanging upside down from one foot from a branch on a tree. And that means he's looking at everything from a different perspective, right? Instead of standing straight up, he's hanging upside down like a bat. And he's looking at things from a different vantage point, from another, again, that another perspective, another way of viewing something. And also, because he's hanging from the tree branch, it's not a movement card. It's a stand still, wait and see kind of card. And that kind of goes with the Mercury retrograde as well, right? Mercury retrograde, it's like, if you can, stand still, wait, see, reflect, meditate, gain more information, absorb more information, look at what's happening from a different perspective, just like the Hanged Man. So it really makes sense that we have the Hanged Man this month. Again, I feel like we're going to move forward faster as we move into May, when Mars is going to be in Aries and Mercury retrograde is over. Now, we can't always be at a standstill. We can't always wait to make decisions, right? And that's okay. If you have to make a decision, just do your research, do your due diligence, and look at all the pros and the cons and the factors before you make a decision. When you make a decision during Mercury retrograde, oftentimes there's going to be some adjustments by the time the Mercury retrograde period is over. There's going to be more information coming in and a need to adjust something, maybe even perhaps pull back and move in a different direction, possibly. So that's why, if you can kind of wait, that is the best course of action. Now, let's go ahead and look at the cards that the angels and guides gave us. And there's actually quite a bit of them. And I think because there's so much going on astrologically this month, they gave me 6 cards total. So 2 cards, 2 cards, and then 2 cards. So the first card of the set of 2 is, no big surprise, it's Major Arcana 19, Solar Deity. That's what it's called in this deck. In the traditional tarot, this is the Sun card. Now, the Sun, solar eclipse, solar deity in this card, it looks like an eclipse is happening, right, in this card. So this is really starting out the month's message saying, pay attention to this solar eclipse because it's very, very important. This also looks like solar flares, right? We always, in the spiritual metaphysical field, people are often talking about solar storms, solar flares, X-class solar flares, and how it's affecting us as human beings and affecting the earth and the collective. So I think we're going to have some increased solar storm or solar flare activity. We're going to have this solar eclipse. And we have the winged Pegasus here that's kind of rising. Or, you could even look at this as maybe moving into kind of the energies of that solar eclipse and rising like the phoenix born anew, spreading your wings, flying to new heights. This could be about moving up in your evolution and growth. There's a whole lot of different ways that you can look at this. So again, your higher soul self is being activated. There's downloads of information and activation of the cellular memory. There's, again, this creative self-expression and your sense of independence and confidence and courage. And all of these things are transpiring with this solar deity card. Now, the traditional sun card is usually about success and career. So there definitely could be a focus on your career and life purpose and life path, and that this solar eclipse is going to activate something. It's going to shift something. It doesn't mean that it's shifting you out of your career and onto a brand new path necessarily, although that could be as well, and maybe some of you are looking for that. But this could definitely be that there's something within what we're doing that's going to be changing. We're going to be rising to new heights. We're going to be expanding our creative wings and doing something more or maybe a little bit different. So either way, there's a lot of fiery, passionate action energy associated with this particular solar deity card. But let's see what came out with this card. Okay, this is interesting because we've got now Luna, which is the moon card. This is Major Arcana 18. So it's funny that we had Major Arcana 19, the sun, and now Major Arcana 18, the moon. And again, a new moon solar eclipse, which this is the sun and the solar, but it's always, made up with the moon as well, meaning the sun and the moon are both in Aries. Now, this kind of looks like more of the shadowy, aspect. So maybe the days leading up to the eclipse, or just the fact that it is an eclipse, there's still endings and new beginnings. There's still shifts on an emotional body level. There's still shifts and changes and healing going on a subconscious level. The moon does rule our subconscious patterns. And here's the waves of the emotions that are rising. Here's the shadow kind of the darkness of our subconscious self. So we've got this highlighted energy with the sun and this kind of shadow or psychic or intuitive energy with the moon. And that combination sounds pretty potent and powerful to me. Even though it's a new moon solar eclipse, we might have our emotions, which is ruled by the moon, kind of being a little turbulent or activated. And Aries, where the eclipse takes place, does rule like anger or aggression or assertiveness, as well as confidence and courage. So it does have this anger, frustration energy associated with it as well. So I feel like our emotions, especially because Mercury is retrograde, so we might feel a little frustrated that things aren't yet unfolding the way we think or as fast as we would like them to be. So there could be some of that, again, underlying emotional frustration going on, but emotional healing also taking place nonetheless. Let's look at the next set of two cards. Okay, so the next card, there's lots of Major Arcana so far. Major Arcana 3, and in this deck it's called Abundance. Now in the traditional tarot, this is the Empress card. And the Empress card is about growth and expansion and new birth, right? The Empress is usually shown as a woman who's pregnant and about to give birth. So we're getting ready to birth something new. And this is about this creative energy. And here we've got this triangle stuff, energies and downloads and whatnot coming down from the cosmos and the universe and coming into embodying the Empress within herself, coming through the crown chakra, coming in here and embodying, through the ear chakras, third eye chakra, crown chakra, even the throat chakra. And let's say it's going to filter down to all of the other chakras as well. Now, this is interesting because we use the term growth and expansion for Jupiter connecting with Uranus. And we did say Jupiter was that growth and expansion, but Uranus was that higher God mind energy and higher dimensional energies. And that's what this card kind of depicts. So whatever this is about, there's an abundant source of these energies coming in. And this could actually equate to abundant blessings coming in some way, shape, or form. Now, it might not all be about money and finances, but it might be new clients or referrals or new psychic gifts coming in or new soulmate activity, whether it be romantic or business or, friendship related, that there's an expansion and growth that's happening, that it's divinely guided on some sort of cosmic level. And the Empress, she almost looks like a priestess here, right? Even though this is the Empress card. But, this kind of divine feminine and priestess energy where we're, again, getting ready to give birth to this cosmic potential of energy that's flowing in here. The number 3, again, creative expansion, creative abilities, using your voice, all forms of, again, communication are highlighted with that number 3 being the 3rd major arcana of the tarot. Let's see what card came out with this. Okay, wonderful. This is the 8 of Flames, so things are going to start speeding up during this month, and I think even more so next month. But this is the 8 of Flames. The number 8 is about empowerment, about taking your power, owning your power. The number 8 is also about money and finances and career and business. Flames is passionate, energetic, fast-moving, creative energy and activity. And look at this circle of passionate fire and all these arrows, these flames, these 8 flames coming out in all directions. This means there could be a lot of potential, a lot of possibilities, a lot of opportunities that we could give birth to because it came out the Empress. There's something that's being activated and growing. I think it, again, kind of goes with that Jupiter connecting to Uranus energy that's building up and then connecting exactly on the 20th and even thereafter. There's something that's transpiring and happening, and it's going to quicken the pace of our soul evolution and growth, quicken the pace of whatever manifestation, and the number 8 is about manifestation as well. So it's going to quicken the pace of manifestation energies of this creative process. So definitely on the new moon solar eclipse and even the days after, do your vision board, make your vision board, do your meditations, and write out your goals or what it is that you want to initiate, what it is that you want to create and manifest. Envision it, see it in your mind. All of that energy on the spiritual level, is going to merge with the cosmic universal energies and create this faster paced unfolding of energies. I'm really excited about that. Let's go ahead and look at the last 2 cards. The last 2 cards are the first of the last 2 cards. We've got the Ace of Crystals. This is like the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Earth in the traditional tarot. Aces are about new beginnings, but it's on a practical level. It's on a material level. And that's what the crystals would signify. I also like that it's got this big quartz crystal there. So it makes me feel like towards the end of the month, we start to gain some crystal clear clarity about our direction. That's probably, by the time Mercury turns back to direct motion, probably we need to wait a few days after for it to start to pick up speed. But we'll be able to have more crystal clear clarity about what the new beginning holds for us, this new beginning in business, this new beginning in job, career, projects, this new beginning with money, finances, this new beginning with relationships, or the new beginning with living situations. All those things that are material and practical and third dimensional in nature, that means, tangible basically, is where we're going to have this new beginning. And this is also a card of abundance and prosperity, just like, again, Jupiter connecting with Uranus. So I want to say, hold the highest vision of what Jupiter connecting with Uranus is going to mean for you. Let's look at the last card. Okay, so don't get scared. This is the Tower card, Major Arcana 16, and the Tower. This is just meaning that there's going to be some significant real-time shifts and changes in direction or in events and situations and circumstances in your life. We've got the lightning bolt, which, by the way, Uranus, we keep talking about Jupiter and Uranus. Uranus rules lightning and lightning storms. So it's interesting that we've got the lightning bolt coming down, hitting the Tower. There's the kind of fire of transmutation, transformation happening. This person is kind of falling out or purposely jumped out of the Tower. And the Tower is about the structure and form of our life is going to undergo a massive shift or redirection on some level. This is usually about tangible redirection, tangible kind of death and rebirth energies. So there's something in situations and circumstances outside of ourselves that is going to change. And it's going to come in possibly fast and sudden, right? With this lightning bolt, it's kind of fast or sudden, or we're going to have sudden revelations about something, or sudden aha moments, sudden new perspectives about something that the universe is kind of giving us. And it's going to kind of lead us in a direction of making some changes in our lives. Okay, so wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of pretty awesome energy there. Okay, let's go ahead and shuffle and see what the Gateway of Light Activation deck says for you, depending on your stone of choice. All right, so stone of choice. If you chose that selenite special intention pendant, special message for the month of April for the selenite people. You know what? The one right on top is calling my attention. Higher heart activation, you guys. Higher heart activation. And we do still have some energies in Pisces. When I think of higher heart, I almost think of Pisces energy, or any of the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio perhaps. But Mars is still in Pisces, and Saturn is still in Pisces, and Neptune is in Pisces. So here we have higher heart activation. And it says, dropping your shields, divine love, your heart is healed. And we've got this portal that we're walking through, this portal. I feel like this has something to do with the full moon lunar eclipse that we had at the end of March in Libra. Libra is the sign of relationships and love and connecting with others. And I feel like this eclipse is just a continuation of the energies from that eclipse, where it's breaking our heart open, not in a bad way, but breaking our heart open to accept more love, receive more love, or expect more love for ourselves, right? It has to start with self-love and self-compassion and self-forgiveness. And then we can project that love and compassion and forgiveness out to others. So there's this higher heart activation. And even if we need to set boundaries, and even if we need to complete a cycle with somebody, or release a relationship, or release any kind of situation or circumstance, we can still hold this idea of unconditional love for that circumstance and situation. We can bless it for what it taught us and for the gifts that it brought to us. And then we can, move through the portal, so to speak, and move on with an open heart to the next experience or situation. And with an open heart, we'll be able to attract a higher vibrating situation, career, friendship, romance, sense of self, whatever that might be. So higher heart activation, okay? We're going to put that back in the deck in case somebody else gets it. The second stone of choice was the Sonora Sunrise Sunset Chrysocolla. So for the Sunrise Sunset Chrysocolla people, special message. This one's calling my attention. Temple of Truth, okay? So right away, we feel like we need to be in our truth, stand in our truth, figure out what our truth is. There's still like another little gateway or portal here coming through. And it says throat chakra, so no big surprise there. Throat chakra, which to me, Temple of Truth and the throat chakra is you're needing to speak your truth or have a conversation of truth. Be truthful with yourself. So you have to figure out your own truth first. And then you need to communicate that truth to other people, whether it be coworkers or a boss or a significant other or your children or your parents or your friends or whatever that might be. And then it says authenticity and self-expression. So this is really all about that throat chakra, which is interesting because this is a throat chakra color, right? It's kind of that turquoise blue color of the throat chakra. So know that you're needing to have some open, honest, authentic communication with yourself, and perhaps most importantly, well, I shouldn't say most importantly, but perhaps with others as well. These almost look like angel wings here to me, right? And this almost looks like water coming in, so we might be having some emotional truth conversation going on, or getting in touch with our emotional truth. I don't know if that's actually water or if it's just energy that's kind of pouring through those gates. Either way, we've got kind of feathers here, so I think your angels and guides are with you. You got kind of feathers here, but these also look like angel wings to me. So could be Archangel Gabriel, which is connected to messages and communication. Could be Archangel Raphael, which is connected to kind of that watery realm of the heart chakra and speaking your emotional truth. So call in the angels and archangels of the light and ask them to assist you with being in touch with your truth and being able to communicate your truth. I know sometimes it's difficult to speak your truth, especially in relationships, right? significant relationships. All right, so let's put that back in the deck. And the last stone of choice was the Charoite. So special message for the month of April for Charoite people. I shouldn't be singing. All right, Charoite. Special message. This one's calling my attention here. Earth star activation. Ooh, Earth star activation. Sort of like in our meditation to begin in this video, where we had the root chakra cord going down through the layers of Earth Mother Gaia, right? There's an Earth star chakra that is beneath our root chakra, kind of under our feet chakras, kind of in the earth, right? It's not all the way down in the center of the earth, but the Earth Star chakra is down there below us, and it helps to anchor us. And so one of the messages actually says anchoring, grounded action, and Isis energy. I love that. So we've got Goddess Isis, who is both kind of powerful and strong and independent and leadership oriented with that masculine energy, but also mothering, nurturing, intuitive, gifted, creative with that feminine energy. So here she is in all of her glory, that goddess Isis. And here's the Earth Star chakra. So she's almost like beneath the Earth Star chakra, kind of bringing up these powerful energies to help to ground you, as it says, grounded action. So ask her, or ask your angels and guides to assist you with grounded action forward when the time comes for that. I would put that on there, divine timing, right? So we're anchoring our truth, and we're grounding our action. We're activating our Earth Star, which you can do a meditation for, and kind of bring in the activation of this Earth Star chakra. I love all this concentric circle energy that's around Isis and around the Earth Star chakra, and it's kind of got this light emanating from it. Imagine that you're standing right here above the Earth Star chakra. So, you're standing up here, and the Earth Star chakra is beneath the earth, but beneath your feet, and it's emanating this light, this grounding energy, this energy of safety and security. It's anchoring that for you underneath your root chakra. It's going to emanate from the Earth Star chakra up to your root chakra. So I love that image of Isis. Isn't that beautiful and powerful? So I hope you've all enjoyed this monthly energy forecast. I send you all lots of love and light and abundance and prosperity and creative blessing energy for the month. And we will see you either next month in May or next week for the weekly. Namaste, everyone.